Do you think that there is a polling bump for either candidate after this debate? And if it's Kamala, we heard that after the DNC, she was going to get this great polling bump. And really the opposite happened. The polls tightened after the DNC. What do you think happens this time?
I don't think there'll be much of a bump for her because I think, if you supported her going in, you left supporting her. If you supported Trump going in, you left supporting Trump. That 3 to 5% in the middle that are undecided, I think they were waiting to hear Kamala say, I accept blame for rising inflation and gas prices, the wide open border, and the world wars that are going on. She didn't do that. She also didn't give them any kind of concrete plan to fix the problems that she caused. I mean, people know what Trump stands for. They know you're going to get lower prices. You know you're going to get a secure border. And I don't think she sealed the deal and convinced anyone that the person who broke all these things is the right person to fix them.
Theryn, you're a Democrat. The last few times that we have talked, you said you needed to know more about Kamala. You wanted to hear more about her policies. You wanted to know what it would be like if she was president of the United States. Did you hear the answers that you needed to hear on Tuesday?
No, I didn't. And I wish I had. I wish the American people had heard them also. I think it was a huge jump in the right direction to have her issues finally placed on her website. But honestly, that took far longer than it should have. But she still hasn't explained herself, and that's what the American people are looking for. We know exactly what we get with former President Donald Trump, whether we like it or not, agree with it or not. We're clear on what he represents. What we're not clear on is who she is and what she represents. So the American people still need the comparison to make an accurate assessment of who they want in the presidency come this November. And right now we don't have it. And that's clear in nearly every poll that's coming out. If either one of them was really doing what they were supposed to do, truly the polls would not be this close.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think besides the media, Mark, and we know the media, they've been doing victory laps for the last, 36 hours now. But when you actually ask regular, everyday voters what they thought about the debate, you're getting a different story. Pennsylvania, 19 electoral votes, could and likely will decide this election. Take a listen to what undecided Pennsylvania voters had to say right after the debate on Tuesday.
We've had both of the candidates in office before, and we've gotten to see what they would do. And when facts come to facts, my life was better when Trump was in office.
He spoke facts. She just basically repeated everything that Biden has said in the past.
She didn't talk about her policy changes between 2020 and 2024. Her whole centrist, moderate stance is just a facade.
We didn't edit that, Mark. What do you make of it?
Well, that's the challenge that Kamala Harris faces. And it's very tough to run as the change candidate when you're in office and when you've been there for 3.5 years. And I think it's just not resonating with the voters. And we have to remember that 2/3 of the American people think our country is going in the wrong direction for a reason. And she's not offering any kind of break or change. It's just more of the same. And people fondly remember that even if you didn't like how he tweeted or how he always spoke, things were a lot better under Trump.
Yeah, Theryn, and as Rob just mentioned, it probably will come down to those few thousand voters in Pennsylvania. In your opinion, what does Kamala need to do in these next 54 days to sway those voters? Because as you said, you're not hearing enough from her right now.
You know what? I sit in different groups of people every single day, and I'm at a conference this week. And at the conference, I was in a room with a lot of elder Black women who said, oh, she did great. But when you talk to younger voters of any ethnicity, they want to see more. And so ultimately, that's what she'll need to do. If she is not interested in explaining herself, explaining how she got to these issue stances, wherever the changes may exist, then it could cost her the election come this November. People want to see and know her and see and know who she is, especially aside from President Joe Biden. And we aren't willing to just say, here's the election because people perceive you to be better than Donald Trump. No, we need to know that you're actually going to be better for the American people. And whoever does that best is who's going to win in November.